Hello everybody and welcome to the October update for LOVAC. I am Cursed Emoji, or as I am going by now, Kermoji. I haven't decided whether it's with a C or a K yet, so stand by. Now this one is not going to be an entirely comprehensive, as some of you would know who have been following the mod for a long time. We haven't done an update video for LOVAC in a while. And that's not because we haven't been working on the mod, it's rather that I've been pulled into the development of this mod to an almost unhealthy degree, so I just felt like I didn't have enough time to make a video, because it would take time away from working on the mod. But that's alright, because this mod is nearly done, I'm nearly free, and this whole thing is the long version of saying that I've got too much stuff to show off to include all of it in this video. So this is kind of like the cliff notes, so you understand where the mod is at right now. So to start things off, we're making some changes to the gameplay, and we're going to revert it backwards to a shooter more comparable to Half-Life than Doom. And the reason for this change is I just feel like it doesn't suit the game anymore, and it's not fun. You know, maybe I should have led with the second point. Someone described the movement as feeling like you're flying around on rocket-powered roller skates, and I totally agree. It halves the game's length, you have almost zero control, feels like you're ice skating through the maps. And anyone that played the alpha, I'm sure you can testify to this whole thing. You just move way too fast, and it's just not a system that's really being developed with the rest of the game. So I think that moving backwards into a normal shooter is the way to go. It also makes the game longer, so you can spend more time in this amazing world I've spent a million hours of my life working on. Okay, so on to the interesting stuff. Let's talk maps. The day is here. Or the day was here 2 weeks ago as of recording, but every map that's going into LOVAC is actually playable. It's in a playable state, well, kind of. So you can walk through the full game. However, over time you're going to be seeing less and less scripting until you're just walking around a lonely source map, and doing that in October, not a good idea. So that's to say more or less that we've got the maps, but we still need to do some detailing and scripting before we start playtesting. Oh, and another day is here as well. The day Kermoji has learned to detail maps. Yes, so long gone are the days of the alpha. I've recently started gradually placing more props throughout my levels, and I'm really starting to get the hang of this. So this means I'm going to do a full art pass on all the maps before proper release to make sure they are sufficiently populated with props and nice and detailed like you guys like. Moving on, we've got models. Since my last video, we have gotten a ton of custom models for LOVAC. I started just by commissioning Sam's model. But then I commissioned Chester Young's model too, and then some cops and soldiers and so on and so on. So over the past few months, Gear, #3990 on Discord if you want to commission any models, has created a complete conversion of the character models you will see walking around. And it doesn't just stop at humans. We have a few old models from Half-Life 2 that we've changed up to pull the style over to more what I want. And so you're going to be seeing some things where you're like, oh, I recognize that, but that's new and cool. They sound different, they behave a little differently, and they look different. It's going to be really cool. And there's some stuff I can't show you right now just because it's a spoiler and it kind of sucks. We've got some cool models, but yeah, you'll see them when you play the game. Alright, so let's talk release dates. I still remember when I was doing my first dev log on this mod. I'd just started and I was estimating to be done in a month. So 7 months later, here we are. My prediction for LOVAC is this. I would like this mod to be play tested and released by New Year's. I feel comfortable that we're close to an endpoint of LOVAC's production cycle, and with just a bit of crunch from me, we will get this thing out the door. And for those worried about me rushing this mod, please don't, because I haven't worked on this game for so long to release something I'm not happy with. It's a totally different story with what you guys, the players, think of the game when it comes out. But for me personally, this game will be released when I look at it and go, that's LOVAC. That's the idea I came up with that made me create this mod. I also don't really want to spill LOVAC out into the new year. This year has been pretty big for me. As I've said, I've been kind of sucked into making this game in a bit of an unhealthy way, and I'm pretty eager to move on to other things, such as learning programming and working with the Unity engine. I'd also like to give YouTube a go. And this is not to say that I'm not going to work on any source mods going forward. I've recently helped out with writing on a new horror mod called Things Between, and I just like to do that. I'd like to involve myself in more projects in the source community without taking the helm again, because I think this is definitely a one-time deal for me. But that's not to say I haven't enjoyed working on this mod. It's more that it's just been a long road, long hours, late nights, that sort of thing, and I'm kind of over it at this point. I'm really looking forward to getting this thing out into the world, no matter the reception. So that's all from me today. Thanks for watching and staying caught up with the mod. Thanks for your patience, and expect that, if not the next video on this channel, that some future video sometime soon will be a trailer for LOVAC, so stay tuned. And PS, please ignore all of that ARG shit I was posting. It has nothing to do with the current story, and I'll just explain the plot, pretty much what it was all about.
Hello? This is Sam Cooper over the intercom. I need to tell you something. Unfortunately, you have no mother. You're adopted. You have no parents. Hey, great job defusing that bomb. Unfortunately, you're still parentless.